Hey, KB here, and I am back with another video about alternative music. We're going back to 1985, and we're going to look at the best-selling albums from that year. The fifth best-selling alternative album of 1985 comes from The Cult, and it is their album Love. So Love was the second album from The Cult. She Sells Sanctuary is the big hit from this album. But if you look at the track listing, you'll see that they also had hits with Rain and also Revolution. This was a really big album for The Cult. I actually love this album. So we're counting down the best alternative albums, but back in the 80s, they didn't really discern alternative from modern rock all the time yet. This obviously is a band that crossed over into the straight up rock and roll charts as well. The Cult totally rocks, but She Sells Sanctuary is one of the best known songs from The Cult, and their album Love was the fifth best selling album of 1985. The fourth best-selling alternative album from 1985 comes from The Smiths. It is Meat is Murder. I literally cut my teeth on this album. This is one of the albums that I have listened to the most in my lifetime. Of course, How Soon Is Now is the big hit from this record, but The Headmaster's Ritual was also a hit for them. This is just a record I listen to all the time. This is one of the soundtracks to my high school, so big fan of the Smiths, have seen them in concert, and obviously the Smiths have endured for years and years and years. If you look at my other video, you'll see that in 1984, they had a great record as well. It was their debut album. So they were kind of really finding their groove with this one. The second album from the Smiths, Meat is Murder, was really big for them. So The Cure is up next in our countdown with their sixth studio album, The Head on the Door. Take a look at the track listings for this band, and you'll see that In Between Days was a really big hit for them, and Close to Me was also a hit for Robert Smith and the guys. Cure really made an impact with this album. In Between Days, I feel like, is still in heavy rotation in alternative radio. So for this band with their sixth album, that means they'd already been in business for quite a while. A lot of people were saying that their sort of gloominess was gone and they had kind of gone a little bit more poppy with this album. Robert Smith with that look, with the lipstick, all of that, very iconic, very memorable. So The Head on the Door, the third best-selling alternative album of 1985. The second best-selling album of 1985 comes from Talking Heads. It is their album Little Creatures. Now in 1984, they had a big year with Stop Making Sense. So the following year, they came out with this album Little Creatures. They had a few singles, and She Was a big hit for them. Road to Nowhere is a big hit for Talking Heads off this album. I feel like a lot of people know that one, but Stay Up Late was also a fun song. After the year they had in 1984 with Stop Making Sense, to come back and put out another studio album now with Little Creatures. Talking Heads were doing very, very well. And I believe this may be their best-selling studio album of all time. So Little Creatures, the second best-selling album in alternative music in 1985. All of that leads up to the number one album in alternative music in 1985. Say it with me, folks. I want my MTV. Yeah, of course, it is Dire Straits and Brothers in Arms. That song, Money for Nothing, was massive, and Sting sings that part. This was Dire Straits' fifth studio album and really just launched them. I mean, this album was massive. You couldn't go anywhere in 1985 and not hear this record. And that riff, everything from Money for Nothing, was just so huge. It was truly ubiquitous that year. You might just kind of call this one more straight up rock and roll. This was definitely a very guitar heavy album. This song was literally everywhere. So probably not a big surprise that the best-selling album from 1985 comes from Dire Straits. It is their album, Brothers in Arms. And apparently this record sold over 30 million copies worldwide or something like that. So when we talk about it being big, it was big. Those are the top 5 best-selling alternative albums from 1985. I do have another video where I count down the best-selling albums from 1984. Maybe you're seeing a theme. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing a lot more videos like this. I've got some fun throwbacks from my days at MTV and other things like that. I am KB. Thanks so much for checking this out, and I'll see you in the next one.